Hello friends, we are going to Powell's today, the biggest independent bookstore in the nation, in the world. Stay tuned. Okay, hi vlog. We just started shopping in Powell's. No, we didn't. We just got out of shopping at Powell's and it was so packed. There was no room to stand barely, so we didn't get like a ton of shots, but I'll do like a little mini haul for you guys. For those of you that don't know, Powell's is a used and new bookstore, so some books are like really expensive and other books are, you know, on sale. So the first book I got is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I haven't read any Emily Henry books, but whenever I see them for a lower price than they would be at like a Walmart or a Target or Barnes & Noble, like I gotta grab them, you know, because I just feel like, well, one, her books are gorgeous, but also I just think everybody loves them, so they'll probably be good. And then, so get this, Clay's old, was it English teacher?
Yeah.
Clay's old English teacher was an author. Her name is Alison Cochrane, and so we got I bought Kiss Her Once for Me. And I had to get this at Powell's, even though it wasn't used or discounted or anything, because the book takes place in Portland in Powell's, and I thought, you know, it's perfect. So, yeah, we'll see if it's a good one. I got this little jelly cat, you guys, and it is so cute. Also, I was into jelly cats before jelly cats were even a thing. I'm sure that a lot of people can make the same claim. Hey guys, do you want to see a magic trick? When you do this, if you have a husband, try it. It's like Thor's hammer. Here, wait. Shh, we're gonna try it together. Okay, I'm looking at myself and not the camera. That's vlogger mistake number 1. But please have patience. This is my second video in the world. Okay. Are you ready to do our trick? All right, let's do it. Hello vlog. Today is day 2 of book shopping. We're gonna go to Barnes & Noble here. We went to Powell's yesterday and it was just so crowded I couldn't get a lot of footage, and there's one book that Powell's didn't have that I really want to see if I can find here. But yeah, come along with us. Okay, so we had just gone book shopping. We had the time of our lives, you and I. I want to do a book haul. Kiss Her Once for Me by Alison Cochrane. When she came out with her very first book, The Charm Offensive, Clay and I actually bought 2 copies and we buddy read it while we were doing long distance. And we would call and talk about what we liked about it and whatnot. But this one, I saw this at Powell's and I had to get it at Powell's just because it takes place in Portland. It's a romance. I don't know too much of the plot. I think there's a marriage of convenience or maybe some fake dating. But yeah, I am super excited to read that one. The next book I got is 7 Years Slip. If you watch BookTube, you already know this book is all the rage. It's all the hype. And I'm really excited to experience magical realism in a book, in a romance especially. I think that'll be really fun. Plus just what a happy cover. I am so excited to just carry around this happy cover with me. Also, this book, I don't know the plot too well. I know that it's a magic apartment and, goes back and forth in time and it's a romance, obviously. But it reminds me of Jane the Virgin. Does anybody else out there, anybody have watched Jane the Virgin? I love that show. I love the twists, the turns, and I love the magical realism in that show. So I'm excited to experience it in the book. Next, right before we left for Christmas, Clay got me The Archer's Voice. I am so excited to read this because Rachel Catherine loves this book. I'm excited to see if I think it's worth the hype. If it's not, if you've read this, let me know. Okay, this next book, To Love and to Loathe by Martha Waters. I read the first book, To Have and to Hoax. And if you hate the miscommunication trope, you will despise the first book. I was so annoyed by the couple. The whole premise of that book was that they were married, but they had a huge fight and they hadn't really talked for 5 years. And it's set in Victorian England, so think Pride and Prejudice, think Jane Austen. They got together, and even though I was so annoyed by it, I really liked To Have and to Hoax. I give it about 3 stars because the miscommunication was 5 years long. They could have just had one conversation to fix it all. But this book has characters that are in that book, so I think it's more interconnected standalones. So it's about Jeremy, who is the town playa, and Diana, and she's a woman of principle, and she makes a bet of £1,000 or £100, whatever it is, that Jeremy will get married by the end of the year. And he's like, "You're on," and then I'm sure they make out and fall in love. So I'm actually really, really excited for this one. Then at Powell's, they had a discount shelf and I saw Book Lovers by Emily Henry. And I was so excited because I have People With Me on Vacation and I have Beach Read. And I haven't read any Emily Henry books just yet. So I just wanted to, I'm sure I'll love it. It's Emily Henry. How can you not love Emily Henry? But even if I don't, I love the cover. So I'm excited to read this one. Next, you guys, I was so proud of myself with this find. I found Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. We were at the Barnes & Noble the day before I found this at a thrift store, and at Barnes & Noble it was $18. I got it for $3. I was so excited. So I love memoirs. I just love hearing about people's lives and their stories, what life lessons they think is important to write down. So I'm super excited to read this, and I'm so excited I got it as such a steal. I got The Night Sister. Clay's sister got this for me at a thrift store, and I'm really excited. It's out of my comfort zone, which I'm excited about, but I think that it's either a thriller or mystery thriller, but it's about these 3 women, and I think 2 are sisters, one's a friend, and something crazy happened in this motel, and they each think each other is guilty, and only one person knows the crazy secret of what happened, and I'm excited. These next 3 books, I am so excited to have on my TBR. Y'all don't even know. So the first one, of course, Powerless, Lauren Roberts. It's this woman's debut novel. I heard that she was 18 years old when she wrote this, or maybe she is now. Either way, I am so excited to read such a famous and well-known fantasy romance novel that was somebody's debut novel. That is so inspiring. That's the coolest thing. I am so excited to get into this. I know it's enemies to lovers. It's giving Hunger Games. They're ordinaries and they're people with powers, and there's a big fight, and this girl's pretending she has powers when really she's an ordinary, and I'm sure that she falls in love with the guy that's trying to kill her, and I'm excited. Never by Jessa Hastings. I haven't heard any reviews on this book. book. And I want to keep it that way. I want to go in blind. This book is giving, like, it's from what I read from the back, Wendy's great granddaughter goes on a date with Peter Pan, but also fallen in love with Captain Hook's grandson or son or something like that. I have no idea what to expect. I've never read like a fairy tale love triangle or romance before, but Peter Pan growing up was my favorite. I am super excited to go into this. I love Magnolia Parks. I've only read the first book, so you know, I probably don't love it as much as the people who have read the whole thing and gotten all the emotional whiplash. But I am so excited to read that. And then finally, my most anticipated read of 2023 is Iron Flame. I haven't started reading it. I just put a bookmark in there. I know that a lot of you guys do not like this book. I know that Fourth Wing popped off and Iron Flame fell flat. But are my hopes high? Yes. Like, am I expecting a 5 stars still? Absolutely. I would rather just put my whole heart into reading this and be disappointed than not expect anything and like still think it's not great, you know? I'm excited. What really did it for me with Fourth Wing and Iron Flame was the dragons. It was the dragons. It was not the enemies to lovers, which I did like, don't get me wrong, but also the love interest. Some things that he would say or do, I was just like, why is that attractive? Why are we making those choices? Why is this what's happening? But the dragons, I have never wanted a pet dragon more in my life than like when I was reading Fourth Wing. So I hopefully, when I'm picking out my TBR in my next video, or I don't know if that video will go up before or after this one, but I'm hoping this is on it. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.